Greetings. Anyway, hey everyone. I wanted to go over a few topics like briefly, and then I guess later on I'm gonna break everything down in a few other videos. First, these two must reads. The Destruction of Black Civilization, must read. I haven't even touched it yet, and I'm just trying to read everything at once. It's not working. This one, What They Never Told You in History Class. Those are the two that I'm gonna deal with. Let's see. I'll start with this one. Blacked Out Through Whitewash by Suzar. This is a deep book. Hair. Let me find it right quick. Okay. Here we go. This is what I want you to hear. The war on nappy hair was taken to such extremes that in some Caribbean islands during the 1980s, not only was it illegal for blacks to have locked hair, but if they dared display it in public, they could be arrested or even shot and killed on sight by police who were black themselves. And nappy foreigners sporting dreadlocks, attempting to visit these areas, were detained at airports and not permitted to stay in the country unless they wore wigs or hats to hide their locks. Let's see, something else. Okay. The term itself, dreadlocks, is derived from the word dread, for locked hair was considered dreadful. British soldiers coined the term dreadlocks during Jamaica's colonial period from the soldiers' attempts to oppress the African Maroons who revolted against slavery. Outright oppression against hair. So what does it mean to have your natural hair? If it was oppressed so much, they attempted to oppress the Africans who revolted against slavery in Jamaica by British soldiers. What does hair have to do with anything? A lot. Except your hair. It means a lot. It's powerful. Trust me. Okay. These 3 books. Alright. Nutricide. I'm trying to stay under 10 minutes, so I'm sorry that I'm moving so fast. By Dr. Laila Africa. Must read. Drugs Masquerading as Foods by Suzar, and African Holistic Health. This is like a first aid manual, African style, right? So anyway, these books are deep. I've read through 2 of them. There's one that I'm still reading through. Basically, the junk food that we eat, we think it's sustenance, and it's not. It's death, which is why we're always hungry, constantly hungry, gaining weight, not being able to lose the weight, or just feeling sick and tired and fatigued and just can't think clearly and just don't have any energy. It's the food that we're eating. The junk food, like processed food, which is packaged food, anything that's in a store that's packaged and prettied up and dolled up and so nice and it's just processed food, the body has a hard time breaking it down. So when we eat it, it's like we get extremely tired when we're supposed to get energized by our food. The face then uses, the skin, which is just a large organ, begins to take a dump. Yeah, the stuff we eat is trying to get out, and it's really hard on our digestive system, and some of us get these disgusting pimples, and that's all that is. The body's trying to get rid of garbage through our feces, practically. Yeah, so we'll get into that a little later, or whatever. These 2 books by Queen Afua, Heal Thyself for Health and Longevity, and Sacred Woman, A Guide to Healing the Feminine Body, Mind, and Spirit. She's one of the ones that kind of gave me the new outlook on menstruation and the fact that we are actually hemorrhaging. It's not normal to bleed like that. at all. It's not normal. So we're bleeding every month for how many years, and then at the end of this period, when we're older, we say, oh, we have menopause and we have so many issues going on. What it is that the body has depleted itself of like vital hormones and nutrients after bleeding so many years that what happens when you get when you go through menopause? You have to get on some type of hormone therapy, right? We've lost everything. So basically eating a lot of meat, a lot of dairy aids in some of the feminine problems that we have. Fibroids that are preventing women from getting pregnant, or that are causing women to think that they have to get their whole womb removed by surgeons. Just lay off the dairy and the meat. Dairy's hard for me because I absolutely love cheese, but there's substitutes. There's so many substitutes. There's soy substitutes, there's coconut milk, there's almond milk. There's so much. So ladies, when we get our breasts are really sore or tender before our period comes, that's from the dairy. If you lay off the dairy for a while, you'll notice that you don't have that tenderness anymore. What else? Yeah, I'll go into a little bit of that a little later. Another book that I have, okay, yeah, Melanin. Melanin, What Makes Black People Black, and The Chemical Key to Black Greatness. These are awesome books. We think that melanin is just a color. It's just what makes us brown, black, or whatever, and it's not. It's in our brain, it's in our tongue, it's in our genitals, our eyes, even the nipples. When a woman has a baby and she's breastfeeding, it's the melanin that's in the nipples is actually tuning the milk for the baby, like music, like a music fork, you know, the tuner. That's what it's doing. Also, the genitals between Africans or people with high melanin content, it basically tunes the genitals or whatever. Like, it's a deep subject. I'm not like a scientist or anything, so we'll go into that a little later. Let's see. Also, junk food. Okay, zodiac signs. People are like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. But I mean, if the moon controls the tides, right? The moon. And the tide is water, and our bodies are like 70-90% water. Like, if a planet can control a body of water, I mean, what is it doing to us? That's how I look at it. I'm not talking about the ones that are like, oh, today you'll have a great day. Oh, today you're going to have failure or something. I'm talking about the ones that kind of describe your character. I'm a Gemini, and I've read mine after being like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. But some of them are pretty accurate, and what it does, it can help you. Just like you have to go to school to learn about money or math or science, I feel like you should learn about the zodiac signs because it helps you to learn people. Like, a lot of the conflicts we're having, relationship, whatever else, is because we don't know each other. Like, we don't know, it's like, well, what's her problem? What's his problem? But if we just know that, okay, this type of person is normally quiet, blah, 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 a lot of us can get along a lot better. The issue is sleep. We think that if we stay up at 3 in the morning and we go to bed and we sleep until 12, that we somehow fixed what we have done to our bodies. We feel like we have recouped sleep. You know, I caught up on my sleep. There's no such thing as catching up on your sleep. There's something that I read like a while back in a magazine that had nothing to do with African stuff or whatever. But it was basically explaining that you can't catch up on your sleep. Now, reading into the African explanation behind it, melanin creates melatonin that is released during sleep hours. Our body knows when it's nighttime and when it's daytime. You can put something black over your eyes, our body still knows that it's daytime. So when you go to sleep if you go to sleep around 10, the body starts healing and releasing melatonin, and this is where we get aging. If we miss this whole cellular regeneration phase between 10 o'clock p.m., I think it is, and about 2 or 3 a.m., you're aging, buddy. You're going to be old before your time, and you're not being able to regenerate the cells that are damaged from the daytime. So when you think you're getting in bed and you will be recouping sleep, you're not at all. The body starts to release serotonin when the daylight comes. It's no longer releasing melatonin. Serotonin is the daytime hormone that makes us happy, makes us get through the day. Melatonin helps us sleep at night. So a lot of us need to work on going to sleep early, because being melanin dominant people, we need our sleep. We need our rest. So also with the melanin, the sun is almost like it's solar power for us. Melanin in our skin, in our body, is like tiny batteries all over. So when black people stay inside for a long period of time with no sun, like some of these jobs that you sit in, you tend to feel depressed. So what black people need to do is get out in the sun more, which creates a complex because we don't want to get black, right? But that blackness you see is strength, it's energy. Think about plants. The green chlorophyll, they use that to make food. And the chlorophyll is similar to melanin. So we have to look at it that way. We're very similar to plants, and sun is food for us.